It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we're back to talk about Vicki Gunvalson from the Real Housewives of Orange County. Now, we know that Vicki Gunvalson had a great 14-year run, and she was fired from the show after taking her 14th season as a reduced role, a friend role. Now, if you guys saw the reunion for season 14, Vicki Gunvalson was just on it. I mean, she was so pissed the way they treated her. You could see when the producers were following her into her dressing room when she was screaming, talking to Steve Lodge, you know, like, what the hell is happening? I don't need to do this. I don't have to be here. I don't have to film. And the producers were catching it all on camera. And she's like, really? And she does get a little bit passionate. Let's call it passionate. She gets excited, but she did say that she had conversations with Andy Cohen over the past year. And Andy Cohen, from her conversations, she really thought that maybe her and Tamra Judge would be asked to join Real Housewives of Orange County again for season 16. Now, she did point out the fact that she was surprised by the cast shakeup. She was surprised that she has no contract yet, and that just is what it is. Vicki Gunvalson still has yet to receive a contract, and neither has Tamra Judge, because everyone's speculating Tamra Judge will be coming back. But again, no contract. And if Tamra Judge had a contract, I'm sure Vicki Gunvalson would know about it, especially because they're still pretty tight. They're still in cahoots. So at this point, who knows? I mean, they haven't started filming yet. So Vicki did point out, who knows what could happen? They could be filming midway through and be like, listen, we need Vicki and Tamra back. We need them to stir up some drama. And to be fair, we only have 4 cast members on this season so far. So you can't run the franchise with only 4 cast members, especially because of who these cast members are. We have Heather Dubrow, Shannon Beador, and then Emily Simpson and Gina K. Now, I'm not bashing anyone, but Emily Simpson, I'm surprised that they've kept her around this long, and I'm not necessarily sure as to why. And that's no shade, only because I feel like a housewife has to have that super over the top eccentric personality. And I feel like Emily Simpson is a little bit more laid back and relaxed. Now for Gina K, I think that producers feel like the viewers want to see exactly what's going on, to see the end result of what's happening with her ex-husband, Matt. Will he go to jail? Is she going to make sure he goes to jail and pays for the domestic violence? And how is that all going to play out? Because they still have a little family. Now she has moved on with her new man, but at the end of the day, I think maybe, in my opinion, I feel like this would be her last season. Heather Dubrow makes plenty of sense because everyone is dying to get into that house, that 20 million plus home that she built with her husband, Terry Dubrow. And she also offers another element to the show. She's that next level of class and wealth, and she will read you up and down. I was actually watching some of the previous seasons again yesterday, and she really does. She's like, for example, when Shannon Beador and Tamra Judge came together and said that Heather and Terry were trying to take down the Beadors, she said in her confessional, is she smoking crack? Like, what is she talking about? We never said that. So she does come out and say these things that you wouldn't necessarily expect from Heather Dubrow, and I'm excited to see her back. As for Vicki Gunvalson and Tamra Judge, they're also, I mean, they still get along with Heather Dubrow. They probably aren't best friends, but Tamra Judge even hinted, I would come back and be a friend of Heather Dubrow's, but she doesn't know if she would necessarily take a full-time role. So there you have it. But hold on, wait, there's more. Vicki Gunvalson said, I had been talking to Andy and I really thought this was going to happen, meaning her and Tamra coming back on the show. But again, she did claim that producers might need her and Tamra to come back midway through the season in order to stir up the drama. I don't want to put words in her mouth. This is what Vicki said. I mean, you never know. Midway through the season, they might actually need us. They might end up needing us to come in and save the day. But as of right now, no, neither one of us have a contract. Hold on, there's more. When Vicki Gunvalson was asked about Shannon Beador and why she's still on the show, she pretty much said she doesn't understand it either. She pointed out the fact that she had a great 14-year run, But she did say Shannon Beador is coming in on her ASS. Hold on. It gets better. She said, I don't understand why Shannon is on the show. She's coming up on her 7th season, but she has a long way to go. I think that she was difficult to work with, and I honestly don't think she'll make it to 14 seasons. Oof. Okay, Vicki, we see the shade. However, as for Kelly Dodd's firing, Vicki Gunvalson was not surprised by that. She pointed out the fact that, Kelly Dodd was sort of a loose cannon when it came to her mouth and the things that she would say. But she also said there are certain elements about Kelly Dodd that, made for good TV. She even pointed out the fact that she had a nice style about her. This is what Vicki said. I thought Kelly was good for the drama, and I always thought she was dressed beautifully. I thought she had a style about her. This is where it takes a turn. But her mouth was just awful. I mean, to film with her, you really never knew whether or not she was going to come after you. I don't want to bring up all of the mean things, but when she would say the mean things, she would then call me later, or even at the reunion, and she would say, I don't mean any of that I said. Well, then Kelly Dodd, why did you say it? Vicki Gunvalson even said, then don't say it. Don't say it because you're putting all of these things out into the universe and then I have to defend it, which she's right. That's exactly what happened time and time again. She would call Vicki Gunvalson Miss Piggy. She used that pig emoji thing where you talk into it and it talks back. And she's like, ha, ha, ha. She was a little bit relentless, but again, that's why some of the fans, the viewers really loved Kelly Dodd on the show because she said and did whatever she wanted. But we did know at some point her mouth was going to get her into trouble. And I think the season 15 reunion really did her in. Vicki also hinted at the fact that Kelly Dodd was probably fired because they're bringing Heather Dubrow back on the show. She's pointed out the fact that Heather and Kelly live in the same community, but at the end of the day, Heather thinks that Kelly is not fancy at all, and Kelly thinks that Heather is way too fancy. So they just don't get along. We've seen them go back and forth on social media. We've seen Heather, kind of taunted by Kelly when Kelly talks about Heather being at her Orange Theory and calling her names, calling her a snob. And Kelly Dodd even put out on social media, listen, I love the cast. I hate that I was fired. And she thinks that she was fired for her political beliefs and also because of what BRAUNWYN said at the reunion, calling her homophobic and a racist. And she just feels like it's unfair as to why they let her go. She posted a photo, or someone posted a photo, and it showed the 4 official cast members of the new season, Real Housewives of Orange County season 16. Again, Shannon Beador, Gina, Emily, and Heather. And she said, I like all of them except for the snob. Kelly Dodd, we see you. I don't want to just give you all of this information though and not have your opinion, guys. So I want to know what you guys think. Would you guys want to see Vicki Gunvalson and Tamara Judge come back to the Real Housewives of Orange County? And do you think that they need them? Honestly, I have to take Vicki's side on this. I really do think that they need them back. I think this would be a great cast to have, especially if they're going to keep Gina and Emily. Shannon and Heather have had their problems, but bring back Tamara and Vicki, and I think we have a great show. Season 15, the ratings were in the toilet, so they had to do something major. Even Meghan McCain said, this is just in the dumpster. And Andy Cohen replied, she didn't say that verbatim, but that's what she alluded to. And Andy Cohen replied saying, I think we just need a cast overhaul, cast shakeup, and to really switch things up. So that's exactly what they're doing after they fired the 3 former castmates, Kelly Dodd, BRAUNWYN, and Elizabeth Lynn Vargas. And now we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Again, though, 4 housewives does not make a show. So we have to bring back a few people or even add some new faces. I'm just curious as to what that's going to look like. How do you guys feel about Vicki Gunvalson commenting on Shannon Beador as to why she's still on the show? What do you think as far as her getting a contract or not? And how do you feel about what she had to say about Kelly Dodd being good for reality TV, but her mouth just being awful? I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that. Guys, you know what to do. Go ahead, comment below. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.